Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, guess who pushed the same button twice? I don't care. Being here causes voice. Tell me again that this is all of our station, but our opinions are our own. So, hey, thanks for being here on this lovely hump day. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate everyone showing up tonight. Just got back from my doctor's appointments. I had some doctor's appointments today. Made sure I hustle back. We have a guest tonight. That's right. We do. That song in the beginning of this, normally we do a 15-minute intro. I got some music by former guests and a couple buddies of mine. Mark Ridge, he normally plays and starts and ends, usually plays. But tonight we have a singer-songwriter coming on. The second hour, his name is Matt Oakley. Matt Oakley is the son of a soldier, and so he is telling his story aptly called Soldier's Son, and he'll be on in the second hour to tell us all about it and his career and his aspirations and everything else. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Heath. How you guys doing? Everyone else, who else is here? Phil's here. Richard's here. Thanks for being here already tonight. So yeah, it is sweater weather, Heath. It's sweater weather here. I have spent basically all day in the VA, and it was fucking below zero in there. So, and this is that time of year here in South Dakota where it starts out 40 degrees, gets to 60, 65, then goes back down to 40 about 5 o'clock. So yeah, it's getting there, buddy. It's quite a weather already. Marshmallow coat. It's not quite marshmallow coat weather. You know what weather it is though, Kelsey? It is go outside, have a little bit of a fire, and sip some hot cocoa by the creek kind of weather. It's that time of year. You know, the weather, the leaves are changing, the chickens quit laying eggs, and oh, it's 92 there, dude. That sucks. Sorry about it. It was like 65, 70 here, but it was fucking cold. Moonshine, you can drink moonshine too. I will not drink. If you want to see me throw up and or shit fire, I will drink moonshine. But other than that, I'll stick to cold beer, maybe some hot cocoa. So, but yeah, if you're down south, dude, watch out for hurricanes and shit. I see there's one barreling down on the Gulf Coast again down there. So, hopefully everyone's okay and everyone will be fine. I don't know if it's still a Category 5 or if it got down to 4 yet or not. I don't know. So, 87 at the Great Place. Oh man. It was 55 this morning. That's what I'm talking about, Corey. It was like 47 here, man. It's fucking cold. It's starting out that way already. But you know what though? It's kind of nice though. I'll take this is like this in spring. What sucks is all my fucking coats and shit end up in the back seat of my car. So I don't have anything clean. Cuz it starts out like fucking 45, 50, 55 degrees. And you start like a little chilly, got my little sweater on, and then it gets to like 65, 70. You're like, fuck this hoodie. I don't need this shit. And you throw the back of your car, and then it's fucking shitty again. And then you come in the house and get all warm. And I might take this bitch off here in a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. So, little update. So, soccer season's over. We went yesterday to Pierre, which is the capital of South Dakota. For those of you who don't know, it's pronounced Pierre, not Pierre or anything else. But it is Pierre. We went up there yesterday. My son's team lost to Pierre, and so we are out of the state championship playoffs, and we are done with outdoor soccer for the year. Storm surge hit Saratoga already. Dang, dude. It's moving quick. That storm's moving quick. Hopefully it keeps moving quick and don't fucking sit there and just flood the shit out of them. So, but anyway, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry for them. So anyway, like I said, Pierre is the capital of South Dakota, and I have lived in South Dakota for 20 years now. I've lived here for 20 years. And I have never been to the Capitol building here. I've driven by it. We've had different events go on in Pierre. I've been up there for all different kinds of sporting events and stuff. And I've never been in the Capitol building. Come to think of it, I haven't been in a state Capitol building since I was in like high school. So it's been like 30 years since I've been in I'm old as shit. Hear myself say that. I was young in high school, like a freshman. But anyway, it's been 25, 30 years since I've been in a Capitol building. And it blew my mind. Then you just walk the fuck in. They had like some metal detectors there. They had like a dude who like made sure if you had a backpack, they checked my wife's purse through like the scanner. It's easier to get in the Capitol building than it is to get in the get on an airplane. And I have worked for government agencies in one way or another, I've worked for federal, state, and county governments, all three. And that was the nicest bathroom I've ever pooped in. So if you have to poop and you're next to a state capitol, you can just go in there and poop in their marble bathroom and then leave, and they don't care. They don't care. No one said a word to me about it. I walked around that bitch. I fucking saw the pictures they have hanging up and the weird glass pictures and all kinds of shit and the rotunda they have in there. And yeah, then I went poop in their bathroom and left. You can do that. If you, and I don't know if every state's like this. I'm kind of curious if you can just go into any state capital and you can just poop in their bathroom. It's great. Which county one? I've lost 2 county jobs now. Anyway. So yeah. So just go poop in the state capitol bathroom. It is nice to poop while you're working. Yep. Was it the boss makes $1, I make a dime? That's why I poop on company time. Yep, absolutely. It should be okay since a public building. And see, that's what I thought. But there's security measures. You think there'd be security measures? Like the governor just walk around the fucking building. She didn't give a shit. Yeah, the art. There was, and see, this is the second Capitol building I've been in now. I'm from Iowa. I grew up in Iowa. I've been in the Iowa Capitol building, and I've been in the South Dakota State Capitol now. But like. And there's some cool art in both those buildings. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Kelsey. But I think if I went, like, I kind of want to see, like, I know when you go back east, right? A state like New York or Virginia, or, you know, how much more history there is in that part of the country. One of my best friends just moved to Maine, and he tells me all this time about all these cool museums and all this cool shit he found in his house, because his house is like fucking 400 years old or some shit. Mine's not. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of cool to me to. I bet if you go to, like, they're way cooler than like the West. You know, South Dakota's one of the last states. You know, so yeah. You can shit in the San Francisco Capitol bathroom and the sidewalks and in the halls and the bush in front of it. That is a little bit. It's pulling 100 an hour. Sergeant Bluff, CF. Best poops ever, but cold. I bet. You know what? If I was getting paid $100 an hour to fucking poop, that'd be amazing. Phil says one thing is this about living in New York, all the colonial history. Absolutely. That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. And I think I said, I've been to DC. I've been to Virginia. Some of it in the military, in the Marine Corps, and some of it like on my own. But like, I think it'd be really cool now that I'm older that I really appreciate it a little bit more, you know, than when I'm in we went to DC in like 8th grade for like an 8th grade fucking social studies trip or some shit, right? That nobody actually pays attention on. I was more about trying to get a handy on the bus than I was actually fucking paying attention to the history lessons they were teaching us, right? There's some cool shit. I'm not saying there wasn't cool shit, but you didn't fucking, like, you know, you don't appreciate that shit as you do as an adult. Corey, it took an hour to find my pecker. Yeah, I believe it, dude. 18 below? Yeah, I fucking believe that shit. 100%. I was working in fucking Wyoming. But, so, yeah, that'd be kind of cool to like, go do that kind of shit. Maybe I should do that as an adult now that I can. So, anyway. But yeah, so that was my big event of the week. Let's see. Gotta go enjoy the VA today. And it was one of those great days where they do labs at like 9:30 and your appointment's at like 2. So you're like, oh fuck, what do I do? Just walk around this bitch all day and fucking do nothing. So did some shopping in town while I was in and stuff. Oh, Phil said the reason it's better as an adult is because you appreciate it more. Oh yeah, I bet. But you know, as you're as like today, so we have 2 VA facilities, our old one and our new one. The new one is just fucking, it's really kind of weird. I don't know, but the old one's like from like really old. It's from like the 30s, 20s, and it's from like the original buildings were from the like 1880s. It was an old army fort back in the plains. And a lot of the buildings that the hospital now covers are from like the 30s. So really Art Deco inside and stuff, and they have a lot of cool artwork in there too. I was walking around that for a little bit while I was after my labs and stuff. Then I go to the new building. It was much fun in there, but they did have a lactation room, so that was cool. I couldn't find the bathroom for like an hour. Couldn't poop in there. I go to the Capitol building. That was way easier to poop in. Yeah, Iowa was cold, dude. Especially when I was a kid growing up, Iowa was super cold. Hey, what's up, Spanky? How are you? But anyway, so they're all worried. So, like I said last week, I'm having a knee replacement on the 30th. So I do my pre-op stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you might have had a heart attack." I was like, "What?" So apparently, I might have had a heart attack. And so then the doctors were like, "Oh, you got to do another EKG on you." It's like, well, whatever. Yeah, lactation and poop talk. Yeah. They get mad if you try to poop in the lactation room, so they get really mad about that. Anyway, so then they were like, oh, yeah, you might have a heart attack, so we're going to have the cardiologist review this and then call you later. I was like, well, did I have a heart attack? They're like, well, we don't know. I was like, well, can I go home? They're like, yeah, go home. Just drive back from Rapid City to home. It's like an hour drive home. They're like, yes, go home. You'll be fine. I was like, tight. That's cool. I'm like, so am I going to die? They're like, probably not. I was like, all right. They're like, here's some meds. Take those. I'm like, all right, cool. So she gave me some aspirin. We're like, if you get dizzy, take these. I'm like, all right, cool. So if I get all dizzy and like pass out, like someone call my wife and tell her to give me some baby aspirin or something. I don't know. They're like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So back to the sweater weather talk. This hoodie is getting awful hot. In case you forgot, it's against WTF Nation radio policy to die, especially on air. I can't die on air. That'd be ridiculous. So, that's all right, Spanky. We have a couple buddies of mine, we have a suicide pact that if one of us had to commit suicide, the other one gets to make fun of them. That's the rule. So, that's another Mountain Dew. Fuck yeah, this is Diet Mountain Dew. Corey, thank you. And then so, if I'm going to die, I'm down happy. Where'd Moonshine person go? Who was all about the moonshine earlier? Maybe that'll help that'll clear the pipes out. She'd come down and my wife come down and kick me. Yeah, she probably would, actually. She'd be all right, though. Actually, my wife's at work, so I would just I'd lay here dead till she gets off in 4 hours. So, whatever. Oh, Diet Dew is good with moonshine? See? Thanks, Kelsey. I knew you'd come back with that. Yes. There's no sugar at all, dude. It's aspartame or something. That's what I need to take if I have a heart attack. It's aspirin tame. Pretty sure about it. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure, and this is why I'm not too worried about it, because I'm actually pretty sure if they were like, oh yeah, you're probably going to die, you need to like hang out at the hospital. I was just at the hospital. Like, I feel like they would be like, hey, why don't you hang out here for a little bit? They're fine with it. Don't think it's how that works. So here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Phil's right. Dew was originally made as a mixer from moonshine. He's right. I think my heart is like a turbo, and every now and again, if everyone's had a turbocharged pickup, especially if you have a diesel, you know that every now and again you got to fucking romp on it to blow all the fucking carbon and soot out of the veins to get them to work right. I think that's what I need to do with like moonshine, and that'll just clear everything out. It's the VA. They aren't known for the best decision. That's true. That's very true. I mean, it'd be all right, though. Because I'm already service connected for hypertension, so if I have a heart attack... You just saw your son's hot teacher. What son's hot teacher? My son doesn't have a hot teacher. He might. I don't know. I haven't actually... My one son in high school might. I don't know. Oh, tight. Yankees are up 1-0. End of 4. Good. Is this the end? If they win this game, are they done? Oh yeah, it is less paperwork if you die on the way home. And then, like, if I were to die in the car, then like my car insurance covers it, right? Pretty sure about it. Yeah, be fine. Be fine. Oh, let's see what else. Let's see. It's been a pretty boring day though. Damn tornado is huge. Kelsey said she's gotten decent care at her VA, but somehow everything is still deemed not service connected for deployments. Right? Yes. Hold on. It's not sweater weather anymore. I'm going to be embarrassed for a second. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I don't even need earphones. I'm not talking to anybody. But so, you know, I've been fighting the VA for a long time for stuff. And actually, I got medically retired. So it was a problem, right? Oh, this is like a strip show? You guys start throwing dollar bills at me. Anyway, so the VA is a bunch of fucks, right? VA benefits, okay? Hey, do we need to get Coach in here again for these things? He's watching the game, though. Damn, look at my hands are all fucked up. Damn, can't do this on the air. All right, there we go. So my advice to anybody who is struggling with VA compensation would be to get a good representative. And there are lots and lots of resources for that, whether it be the DAV, the VFW, the Legion, county VSOs, the Wounded Warrior Project. There are lots of available resources if you're having problems. Because, Kelsey, I know what you mean. Like, people that you've been to 4 deployments and nothing is service connected, like, you can go through your records. They try pulling that shit with me, too. And, like, they diagnosed me with shit, right? They're like, you diagnosed me with this while I was in service. And you're saying that it's not service connected. Come on, dude. But it's all about how the shit is written. And, like, it's so weird that they put, like, some articles with it and they write the narrative correctly and they do the right shit. And, like, if you, okay, there are, say you had a history of headaches while you were in, right? And you find someone who's a good representative, they'll go through your medical record and they'll pull out, hey, on this date she was treated for headaches. If you were, on this date she was given this medicine for her headaches. On this you were da-da-da-da-da. And they'll turn that evidence in and it's fucking done. And you get your shit, right? Keep a headache log and you can do that shit. But what a lot of people do is they just be like, I have headaches, and send it in. Well, the goal ultimately is to make it harder to like turn down than to approve it. And because they do, like, the VA raters see a lot. I don't even want to know every day how many they have to see. And so when they see all these claims and they see the same shit over and over and over again, well, if you just turn in a big pile of medical records and shit, like, they don't even want to hit Control F and fucking find this shit in there. Like, they just fuck off and say, no, and the CMP examiner is supposed to do that shit too. And they don't, like, it's a fucked up system. And, like, of course, it gets you a lawyer. And King Smith said he got a rep that wasn't cheap, but worth it. I've done all mine either on my own or with the help of the county VSO here, who's amazing. And actually, I saw him today. And because I have a claim, one that got, that we're doing an appeal on. And so, like, the amount of work that we did in that office in like an hour, he had all those resources. We got all these articles printed out. It was for sleep apnea. Mine was for sleep apnea. Just put that out there. And, like, he had all the stuff already set up, and he's like, okay, well, here's these 5 articles, and here's a letter from this guy, and here's this, and and we turn it back in. He goes, I've turned in 50 claims for sleep apnea, and they've all come back approved. You just turn in this evidence with it. So, I mean, like, there's things that that a good rep will do that will help expedite your claim and help get it over that hurdle. And it sucks that you have to do that, unfortunately, but that's just kind of the way of it. And I will never tell someone to get a lawyer I will never tell somebody to spend a lot of money on that process, because there are free resources, and some of those free resources are very good. It's just like the VA. Some VA hospitals and clinics are very good and some are very poor. Right? But even like county VSOs or like the VFW, they're trained at a certain level. They have meetings and they have trainers, and then, like, they go through this. That's what they do day in, day out, and it's, the guy that I see is, I've been to several times now. He's, and I used to work with him, and he's, I consider him a friend of mine. He's like, look at this. I got this dude 100. I got this dude 100. I got this dude 100. And his goal is to get you as much as you're entitled to. Not everyone's entitled to 100%. I'm going to come flat out and say that not everybody is entitled to 100%. But like, if you are entitled to 50%, they make sure you get your 50% or 70 or 80 or 90 or whatever it is. And so there's a ton of resources, and if you look for them, like I hope that you can find that. I really do. And I hope, then this is something that I like to bring up time and time again on my show, is getting people the help that they need. Because even if you get stuff service connected at 0%, say you have 10 issues, and we'll make them big ones. Okay, we were just talking about me having heart problems. Okay, I'm 0% service connected for hypertension and for heart disease. Okay, 0%, doesn't give me any money, but if something happens to me, they give me drugs, they give me doctor's appointments, they give me issues to cover my, to cover my diseases, right? So if you have a service-connected condition, even if it's at 0%, the VA will take care of that problem. So it would behoove you, even if it's something you think is small or mundane, to get looked at and taken care of, especially if you can get it service connected. If it was a problem that, was occurred during or aggravated by your service. And like Phil said, I was a cook for 4 years. What do you mean I don't get 100%? Yeah, you hear that a lot, dude. Like, I did. What do you mean I don't get $5,000 a month for the rest of my life? Not everybody gets $5,000 a month the rest of their life. Some people, I see people who are underrated, and I see people who I think are overrated. And you can be overrated just by putting the right things in the right boxes on the paperwork. And I do encourage anybody going through the process, whether you're looking to get 30% for your back or 100% for PTSD or whatever it is. Okay, let me put it this way. There is a big jump from 70 to 80, 80 to 90, and 90 to 100. To get 100% permanent and total disabled, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's harder. And I think it should be harder. But you do, like Phil just said, you have to know how to play the game. You have to know how to play the game. It is 100% a game. And you need to find people. When you have a game, you need teammates. You need people on your team who are knowledgeable and can help you with that. And some people go, like they were just talking about, some people go the routes of lawyers or consultant companies who will help, and you pay them a percentage and they will help you. And that's not always the worst case scenario. I will never tell someone to do that. And I will never tell someone to spend a lot of money, but some people just, that's what they have to do. And that's just the way it is. Corey says, I'm sure, but I'm one of those that think you should all get something. I really, for the most part, yeah. For the most part, I mean, I know people that, have, jumped, have bad knees, bad backs. Is it 100% disabled? No, but, okay, if you fuck up your knees and then you spend the rest of your life limping around because you can't you can't live a normal life, right? Then that was taken from you, right? If you have PTSD or something like that and you're an asshole to your fucking kids and your wife all the time, that compensation helps them too a little bit. Like, I think sometimes we lose track. Of how military service affects us afterwards. whether it be post-traumatic stress, whether it be physical ailments that, say, normal kid, okay? Normal health. This is why you go to MEPS and get cleared before you even go in. It's to make sure you're healthy, okay? So you go to MEPS, they clear you healthy, say, all right, hey, private, go to basic. Bye, see ya. Get to basic, you do 5 years enlisted, deployment, come home. Get done. Bye, see ya. Before you left, you were fine. Now you have a little PTSD. Now you have a little knee problem. Now you have a little back problem, little wrist problem, whatever the fuck it is that you have. Which is normal. Being in the military is hard on your body. Being in the military is hard on your brain. Being in the military is hard on your relationships and the way you look at the world. But I think that, you know, if the military broke you, the way I look at compensation, okay, this is me, this is Radar's view. The way I look at the compensation that the VA gives to me and every other service-connected veteran is compensating you for the loss of your ability to live a normal life that you had given up in exchange for your military service. So that is the price that they pay you for your service. This is kind of messed up. So if you're still 5 years out from retirement, make sure you keep really good records. Like I said, you keep really good records. And your service connected stuff. So the VA, once you get out and put in your claim and do all the stuff, if you have good evidence of everything that happened to you while you're in, it's almost impossible for them to deny it. Basically. So when you're still in, it's harder to fight with them. But and honestly, I don't know how to put it. If you can get, and I don't know how things work anymore. I don't think they actually have the paper records anymore, do they? But when I got out of the Marine Corps, okay, I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps first. Okay. When I got out of the Marine Corps and I went to go in the Army, they requested my records from St. Louis, or where the fuck they keep records at, Kansas City or fuck somewhere like Illinois, right? They sent my records to the Army, right? They had them at MEPS when I got there. And they opened it up. They had my 2 green folders. Okay, they opened them up. There was my dental x-rays, my final physical, and something other piece of paper in there. I don't remember what it was, like a hand receipt kind of piece of paper. That was it. For 5 years in the Marine Corps, there wasn't any flight physicals. There wasn't any fucking, there wasn't anything else in those fucking, no, taking my wisdom teeth out, having my tonsils taken out, when I broke my fucking arm, when I fucking did this. All those things were gone. There was no record of them whatsoever in my folders. So after that, when I went into the Army, I fucking kept copies of everything. I have this like 2 reams of fucking paper, and I was injured in Iraq and I was medically discharged. So I have a more extensive medical record than most, but I have a fucking paper copy for every fucking thing I did in the Army. Everything I did, every physical, every shot, everything. I have a paper copy of it. FedEx rating. I got carpal tunnel a lot. What can I get? Doctor thinks to himself, man, you need to get laid. That's what you need to get. That's right. Yep. Always had trips close. Everything made. One for them, one for me, and one for emergency. Absolutely. I got all my records for my deployments before I left country. Do that too. Do that. Do everything you can. Now, the VA, when you go to file your claim, the VA will pull up your medical record. And if you, once you get out, Kelsey, you can get, like on My Healthy Vet, they call it, and you can pull up everything, whether it be Army records, your VA records, all of it. You can do that, 100%. But not to say that everything is put in there. So use the other hand. Yeah, do that too. Yep, I made a copy of everything. Fuck that. So, I mean, as you do these things, as you fight with the VA and any sort of evidence that you can give them, whether it be medical records, whether it be evidence of things that you've done, places you've been, stuff that you've done, stuff that's happened to you, or flip side of that, okay, like for sleep apnea, I just turned in a bunch of fucking, my VSO had a bunch of like articles tying sleep apnea to PTSD, tying weight gain to PTSD, tying all these things to that. There's studies. There's all these studies that have been done, weaving these things together. If you have a diagnosis, and they did a survey of like 17,000 veterans through the VA, 17,000. And of those 17,000 veterans, like 12,000 of them have been diagnosed with some sort of PTSD or anxiety disorder. Of those, like 90% were diagnosed with sleep apnea. And of the veterans who had not been diagnosed with PTSD or anxiety disorder, it was like 10%. Of the normal population of the United States, it's like 15% of people have been diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. There's a lot of evidence tying those two together. There's a lot of evidence tying insomnia to PTSD. There's a lot of evidence tying insomnia to obstructive sleep apnea. There's all these things but you have to turn in that fucking shit. I blame Firewatch for sleep apnea. Fuck yeah. I do too. You blame it all. Fuck it. Blame everything. But what I'm saying is, like, if you just put in and say, I have sleep apnea and I have PTSD, they're connected. Without that, you have to have that nexus. You have to have something tying that together. You can say, well, I've got this medicine, and you can hope that the CMP examiner ties those together for you. Chances are they will not. I don't think that there's a lot of people who are on your side in that type of fight when you are fighting. But here's the thing, okay? If you find a VSO, whether it be a county VSO or a paid service officer or somebody to help you, right? Whether you go through the Wounded Warrior Project, or whether you go through the VFW or the Legion or the DAV or the Marine Corps League, or whoever you go through, they want you to succeed. But at the end of the day, it's not his fucking check, his or her check. It's your check. And if you want your fucking paycheck, you have to take care of your shit. Right? So that's what we need to do with each other, is connect with each other and help each other out. But at the end of the day, that is your responsibility. And people will try to help you. I'm not saying they won't. But it's a lot. And I think that we forget that sometimes. I think that we, like, I don't know. I think we, like, forget that. And we expect everyone to just fucking pile this shit on us, and that's not the world. It's not the way this works, you know? So, like I said, I really want everyone to get everything they think they deserve. I'm not saying that you don't, but you have to work for it. So, that's all I'm going to say on that. So, Go poop at the new VA. It's good for you. Anyway, just trying to get some other shit set up here. Dick said he went for his C&P exam for sinusitis during a full-blown allergy attack. It was hilarious. She goes, how are you even breathing? And he got that rating. Yeah. Other thing, too, if you have deployed, there are a lot, because you said earlier you had some deployments. There are a lot of presumptive things that come from being deployed. If you were in Iraq or Afghanistan or Kuwait or Egypt or fucking most of the Middle East, Horn of Africa stuff, global war on terrorism stuff, or Vietnam stuff, there is a lot of presumptive conditions now, both cancers and non-cancerous stuff from the PACT Act. I think we've talked about the PACT Act on here before. So, if you can get sinusitis, rhinitis, if you have those problems, those are service connected automatically. There's other ones too. So look at that stuff. Yeah, burn pits. Get your lungs looked at. Absolutely. There are issues that, can come up with that stuff that, it's something that you need to look at. I don't know. It's such a weird process. And it sucks for a lot of people, and it's frustrating, and there's a reason that some of those people turn to some of these lawyers that take tens of thousands of dollars from you. But in order to get that 100%, is it worth it? Man, I don't know. Oh, man, burn pits are fucking shitty, though, aren't they? Fucking burn pits. I can't believe that anyone thought some of that shit that they had us do was fucking good ideas. Oh, shit. Let's see. I have to get all this shit ready. I have a fucking guest coming on, huh? That's crazy. I have to... All this stuff I haven't had a guest on. I haven't even had a co-host in fucking weeks. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the things we got us going on around here. I didn't even know I had a guest tonight. I was going to do an hour show and be done with it. So, yeah, I'm fucking... Dude, this knee is killing me. Knee is killing me. And then I got to fucking walk up and down the stairs to get down this fucking bunker and shit. God, it sucks. Women who deploy have a harder time getting pregnant afterwards. That should be a rating. I've actually heard that. And I don't know how true or untrue it is. That would be an excellent question, and hopefully it's addressed. What the military did to us paled in comparison to the E4 Mafia hold my beer moments. Yes. Dude. Kelsey said, for me, I think it's a perk. I've got 3 and don't need any more. Yeah. It works one way or the other. You either got we have a bunch of kids or like no kids. So. But anyway. No, but I know that sometimes like some of the guys come back that had like really bad Agent Orange and shit back when I was a kid, like their kids were kind of fucked. I've always worried about that, like having fucked up kids. Mine are, I don't know, kind of fucked up. They're medium fucked up. But I was always worried, yeah. Some of those Agent Orange kids, man. Dick said the VA paid for his snippy. TRICARE paid for mine. I wish TRICARE would have paid for it when I was like fucking 22. That's what I wish. That'd save me like $1 million. So, Oh, she said she had twins. She's not taking any more chances. Oh, I couldn't do twins, girl. Nope. I got 4 kids, and they're all. Well, they're not all from different moms. 2 are from 2. I have 2 that are from the same mom. But yeah, nope. I have 4 kids. My wife has 4 kids. We have 8 total. Fuck that. But they're getting older, and none of them are twins. My daughters are real close. My daughters are just over a year apart, like a year, a week, and a day apart. That's the closest I had to twins. So, get a vasectomy like the Germans give. It's an on-off switch. Really? Be paying child support till I'm 80. Just that. Fuck, tied at 2. You talking about 2 kids? Or you talking about the game? Probably the game. Yeah, the Brady Bunch. Plus Corey. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But it's fun. I do love my kids. And I love my stepkids. And I probably wouldn't trade them for a whole lot. But they are a lot of work. They're a lot of running around, a lot of money. Oh, Coach, is the game tied, buddy? He probably quit listening to us. He's just worried about the game. We're going to turn that switch off and surprise. I kind of wish never mind. There are ways to do it. I just want to get in heaven. Nah, man. If that's how you get into heaven, shit. So, yeah, make sure you hit the like button. We share this out to people. If you're having a good time anyway and you like it, share it out. Come back. We'll be here. Let's see. Next week we'll be here, and the week after we'll be here, and then I am going to be out for about a month with knee surgery. Like I said, I'm having a knee replaced, and this is my dungeon. This is my bunker. So I'm not sure exactly how that would work. So I try to, I went back and forth about putting my at least my computer upstairs. And I think there's really no good place to put it that it's going to be effective. So, find a replacement. No, I didn't find a replacement yet. I actually even put it out yet. I've been going back and forth on it. I've actually, if I'm being honest, Phil, I've actually almost thought about giving this up for a little bit. About not doing the radio anymore. I like it, and I like passing information on to people. I like what we do here. I think I very much believe in what we do here at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. But this is, it's a lot of work. There are nights that this is a lot of work. And there are things that happen kind of behind the scenes that make this a lot of stress sometimes. And it's a lot of work. And I have, we go back to, we just talked about kids, and I'm on my way back, driving back from a soccer tournament, and I'm getting messages about stuff that is stressful sometimes. And so it makes it tough, working 50, 60 hours a week. And now I'm working like weird shifts. I don't work like banker hours anymore. Everyone that's been around here with that, knows I was on like a banker schedule. I'm not on that anymore. So, I've been able to keep my Wednesdays off work, but that's about all I have off. So, it's taxing on the schedule, especially with involved the kids and sports stuff. Yeah. And I think I joke. I'm excited. I'm excited for my kids to grow up and move on. I am. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of them. You know, I've had 4 kids graduate high school now and move into different things. My son joined the Army, did his 4 years in the Army, loved it. I hated it. He fucking despised it. Mostly because the unit he was in. But he didn't like it, got out. And he's got a good job now. He's making some decent money. He's likes his life. I'm proud of him. Happy for him. I have a son who's a junior, or my stepson is a junior in college. He's changed his major several times, but he's doing good. He's doing well, and I'm happy for him. He seems to be doing fine. I'm proud of him. My stepdaughter went to college for a year, and then decided college isn't for her. She's going to take kind of a little bit of time, and I'm happy for her. I'm excited for her. I'm proud of her, and she's taken a year off, and now my other daughter is a freshman at college, and she's doing great, and I'm proud of her. And I have another one that's graduating this year. Then I have another high schooler and another middle schooler. And so it's weird to think how fast this happens, and I'm missing a lot of time with my kids. And when I only have one day off a week, and I'm down here in the basement, it makes it tough, you know. But I'm gonna see how I bounce back from the surgery and stuff. And I don't want to be done with this yet. I don't think. Part of me does, and part of me doesn't. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do some soul searching. So, yeah, Dick's right. You know, at the end of the day, we make jokes about our kids, but we know who comes first. And I'm sure about that. What's up, Codename? Codename Slurper. What's up, bro? But yeah. So I didn't know if I was going to talk about that on air tonight. I'm sorry if I brought it up and it makes anybody saddie pants. So I'm not trying to be that way. And like I said, I really do enjoy everything that we do here. I wholeheartly believe in the mission that we have here, and that is to provide a bit of entertainment, education for those of us who are are struggling, are not struggling. Like, you know, like my goal has, and I've been doing this since 2018 I started this. So I've been doing this for a hot minute. I've been on the radio either as a co-host or a host now for almost 6 years, and I love it. But it's a struggle, and I have commitments, and it's tough to balance that. And I don't want to. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough decision, and it's not one that makes it. Watch how the Navy's here. Oh no! Oh, sup, Senior Chief? Nice. Talk to the wife and get her opinion. I don't know. I will. I don't make any decisions without the Navy Chief with the codename Slurper. Right. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Well, he came in. Well, I'm sorry, Slurper. You came in at a very melancholy time. Oh, it's his troll account. All right, that's good. Troll the shit out of his head. I don't care. But yeah, man, I feel like a dick. All melancholy and sad and shit. I ain't trying to be that. I'm trying to be that. It's just supposed to be a happy place. But you know, I like letting you guys know what's going on. And I'm not like suicidal. I'm not like sad. I'm not like whatever. I'm just overwhelmed that I'm tired. And I think that everyone can relate to that. How sometimes you're just like, life gets fucking busy. Life gets busy. Kids get busy. Life gets hard, and you're just like, fuck, dude, I'm tired. What can I take off the plate? I don't know. That's just where I'm at. But we have a guest. He's supposed to be on in about 9 minutes. So, in order for me to make a whole nother hour, I need to take a break. And so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take about a 10-ish minute break. And we will be back. I'm going to start. Yeah, we'll listen to some. Yeah, we'll start with some Mark Ridge and then some Humbletown. Yeah, let's do that. That's some good music right there. So let me get you off on the disclaimer. We don't have a call-in number anymore. Used to, but we don't anymore. Kind of mildly wish we did. Mildly wish we did. I think tonight would be a good day for a call-in number, but I just don't got it. But we do have a guest coming on, like I said, now 8 minutes. He should be dialing in. So I'm going to send us to break. We got some Mark Ridge and some Humbletown, and if we take a little bit longer, some Bubba Starts. So sit back, enjoy some tunes, man. We'll be back in about 8 to 12 minutes. So we will talk to you soon. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Yeah, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double-cross me. 19 years old, doing the bidding for Uncle Sam. Desert boots strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Come on now. Across my vest, 800 more, and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Oh, 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 don't you never. I'm on me, motherfucker. So don't you never double cross me.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Uh so my bad. We rescheduled the guest. So if you are here to hang out with Matt Oakley, I'm really sorry. I messed up. And there were some chats going on, and I thought I had the wrong Facebook pulled up. So word. So that's my fault. If, like I said, if you were here to hang out with Matt Oakley, he will not be on tonight. We had to reschedule, and that is my fault. So I'll take the blame on that one. I'll take the blame on all of it. Honestly, just blame me. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm not the first person. You'll be the first people to blame me for some shit. So that's fine. Anyway. So yeah, back to God, I fucking was all melancholy and shit. So yeah, back to that. God, what the fuck was that before the thing? Oh yeah, me quitting the show. I don't know. We'll see about it. But yeah, so Corey was like, that first song that we listened to, that was Mark Ridge. He was on. He's a old airborne guy, old paratrooper, great dude. He's out of, I want to say, Tennessee. Let me see if I can pull him up. Great dude. Does a lot of touring. Kind of playing some Mark Ridge. Follow him. Follow him on like YouTube. Mark A Ridge, MARC A Ridge. He's born and raised in Lafayette, Indiana. He's fucking good, dude. He's got some really good tunes. And let's see, does he have any shows coming up? He play. Those are old. Those are all old, but it's kind of hanging around some Michigan, Indiana, Tennessee area. He's got some really good tunes, man. Look him up. He's on like Spotify, Amazon Music, shit like that. Some really, really good tunes. Same with this Matt Oakley character, dude. I feel bad he wasn't on tonight. I feel bad that I said he was going to be here and he's not. Because I did a bunch of research on him when I got back from the heart attack doctor, and so I kind of learned it sounds like a really cool dude. His dad was in the service. Dad was in the Army, and my dad was not. My dad was not in the military. So I uncles in, aunts in, grandparents. Obviously, I think everybody's grandpa. My age, if you're my age, everyone's grandpa was in the Second World War, just about. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I didn't get a chance to talk. You know, I didn't grow up going base to base or whatever, and so I know that's kind of hard on kids. And you don't think about that shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know that kids are articulate enough when they're young to explain that, how that makes them feel, and. Basically, I think a lot of us don't talk to our kids. We don't ask our kids how they feel about it. We don't care to. We fucking do our job. And that's a distraction from our job, kind of. Yeah, my dad did public service. That was probably tougher than some war zones. Yeah, my dad was a teacher. My dad was a teacher for like 40-some years. Oh, dang, your cousin was a medic? And you have one of the Black Hawk pilots, almost sergeant major. Damn, dude. Damn, you got more military fucking in your family than some of us that were in the military. I guess I don't know if you're in the military or not, but yeah. No, that's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, so, but we don't, I don't know. I've never asked my kids. When I was active duty, my kids were too young to really know. So, damn, dude, that's more people. That's bigger than my family, dude. My family's not even that big. It's just me. It's just me and I have one brother, and he was not in the military. And then I only have 3 cousins total. None of them were in the military. One of them's a cop. My cousin Tracy's a cop, but. My cousin Lance is a teacher. My other cousin is I don't know, something with money. He's got way more money than I ever fucking will. Oh, you're a contractor. That's actually, dude, I wish I was a contractor. I thought about doing that kind of shit, but I don't have it in me. So. Oh, I'm away from all that now. I'm happy to be away from it. Hopefully after my knee replacement, I can kind of, and my daughter moving out and I have less kids at home, I maybe actually take a step back and be partially retired. I think that's the plan. So, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Wow. Grandfather's a Marine, uncle in the Air Force. Uncle and uncle Air Force, great granddad's both World War II. Yeah. I think I struggle to think of somebody who I know that didn't have at least one grandparent that was in the military during World War II. Like, if you had World War II era grandparents that didn't have at least one like World War II era grandparent that was in the military. I struggle to think of people whom I know personally, whether it be my current wife, ex-wives, ex-family, ex's families, from what I knew about them. And then, obviously friends of mine and stuff. Just about everybody had some sort of grandparent in the military at some point. Actually, my wife's, it was like her great aunt, not her grandma, but her great aunt, was a women's air service pilot or whatever, the WASP. The people they built the planes and then the women flew into like the combat zones and they got the fuck out and came home. She did that. That's cool. Like that's almost like some of those stories are cooler than like, oh, I don't know, fuck grunt. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, dude. And so I think it's kind of you know what? I wonder. Yeah, I do know Dick's father-in-law. My whole family's part of a church that recognizes conscientious objectors. I was the first to break away and join the military. That's actually a really cool story too, Kelsey. Because that's a whole different situation. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Dick's father-in-law was his master and his and he married the boss's daughter. He married the master sergeant's daughter. So, wow. It's fucking hilarious. I love that story. I like when you guys first started dating and everyone's like, why'd she dating you? You're the ugliest fucker in the squadron. Nah, I love you, Dick. I love you, buddy. His papa ran track and played basketball as a Hollywood Marine, guarded the first radar at the time at the stadium in LA. That's cool. That's really cool. That's a really cool story. Like, was he part of the Battle of Los Angeles where they fucking shot a bunch of rounds at nothing and like... Oh, shit. God, that's cool, though. I think it's important we remember that stuff, though. That we remember... I'm curious, Kelsey. So I know you said they were conscious, but did they... Like, do you know if during the Second World War, like work in industry or something, or were they farmers, or? I mean, because like we always think of like when you think of like the Second World War, I think of two people. I think of Rosie the Riveter, and I think of like Band of Brothers, right? Or like Tom Hanks, fucking what the fuck's the name of that movie now? Saving Private Ryan. Like that's the two things that come to my mind when I think about World War II. And I'm a historian, right? I know about all the fucking battles of the Pacific. I know about like the War of the Atlantic, and I know there's so many more stories to that. But when most people think of the Second World War and grandparents or that generation, we think of like Storm of Normandy Beach or like Rosie the Riveter making B-29s or some shit. Renee Gagnon's grants. That's cool. Where have you worked, man? Your mentor was in China and other places during the Second World War, and you worked with Renee Gagnon's grandson. Where are you working? Are you working like at the Pentagon? Dang, that's cool. You know, the second flag. So the one that's immortalized, the second flag. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Huh. That's nuts. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he can't say. Yeah, it's got to be somewhere cool. Like if you're working with that kind of people, it's got to be somewhere really cool. But that's cool, man. Oh, yeah, we fucking. I just look at like all these fucking things. How the world turns. We don't, like I said, we don't think about that shit. They still got drafted, but they did civil service work. Huh. That's really cool. See, I didn't know. I thought if they were like conscientious objector, they didn't do like any service. I'm not going to say any service. Like I said, during the Second World War, the whole country was mobilized. Even like farmers. Like they were growing the crops. They were growing the crops that the army like told them to grow. So, I mean, like, even like during the war, like, even if you weren't participating in the war, you were supporting the war effort in some way, one way or another. Like I said, ambulance drivers or bus drivers. I remember like there was a big to-do in the South about bus drivers. They didn't have any bus drivers. So they got like women and conscientious objectors and people just weren't drafted. They were paying them tons of money to be bus drivers, to get the workers to work, the ones that worked in the aluminum factories and the aircraft factories and stuff. That's cool. Huh. All right. So, this is Dick. He said, my maternal grandfather was a backseat enlisted in the Navy. They went on a mission across border in Korea. Plane came back with him in the front seat and pilot KIA. Award is heavily redacted and we still can't get info, but I still have his sweat-stained bloodshed. That's crazy. Oh, for those who don't know what a bloodshed is, they used to sew those in the inside of the flight jackets. And so if you crashed, it would be, or if you had to eject, you had this piece, it's usually silk. And it was screen printed in a bunch of languages that said, you know, I'm an American, da 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 da. And oftentimes they have like a map on it or something like that. And you could use that, and they would say, if you return me to the Americans, we'll give you money or we'll give you chocolate or something like that. So yeah, blood chicks are pretty cool. That's really neat, Dick. I didn't know that. I never knew that, dude. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, they say it tastes like that's cool. I always wonder too, like with that, if you were a conscientious objector, if they could like draft you and then like send you somewhere as like a truck driver to, you know, haul fuel or something shit like that overseas. I never knew. That's an interesting, because oftentimes conscientious objectors get a bad reputation, and I don't think it was until like the DOS stories came out from that movie. I don't even remember the name of the movie. That was he was like a medic and saved a bunch of lives and shit. But I think conscientious objectors have always got a bad name, a bad rap. And oftentimes, especially like during World War II, it wasn't like, I mean, I think during Vietnam, a bunch of people claimed to be conscientious objectors to not get sent to Vietnam, which is a fair comparison. But he's in a prop plane. Must be in a Skyraider then? It's by the way 2-seat prop plane. Actually, they had, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Anyway. But, you know, so you always think of like kind of the coward conscientious objector, where a lot of they were just non-combat troops. I think I want to research that more now. Yeah, many did use it as an out. I never cared about my reputation, only cared about doing the right thing. Absolutely. I did that. That was kind of my mantra for a lot of the time I was in, dude. I didn't give a shit. Take my stripes. I don't give a fuck. Let's do the right thing. I wish there was more leaders like that. And I feel like they're becoming a dying breed. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole. Go down this rabbit. It's only fucking 7:17. We got time. We can go down this rabbit hole. No, I don't know. I think that peacetime leadership kind of sucks for that. NAM was a different animal way worse than Iraq, Afghanistan. Absolutely it was. I strongly and wholeheartedly believe, minus a few sections of like Iraq or Afghanistan, you know, like the Korengal Valley or fucking Fallujah or some shit like that, short of direct engagements like that, the majority, Hacksaw Ridge. That's right, Kelsey. That's the name of that movie. But short of like very few fights in Afghanistan or Iraq, most OIF, OEF veterans can't even imagine the shit they went through in NAM. Can't. You know what I mean? Like, that was just there. And again, experiences varied. You know what I mean? There were still people who never fucking left the fob and like hung out in Da Nang the whole war. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be those people. I'm not. It's whatever. But yeah, World War II was the worst. Because here's the deal too, and this is something in World War II, they didn't know when they were getting done. They were there till the fucking war was over. Right? Like, we think, well, we did our hour. We did our tour. We did our year. Let's go home. Whether you're in Iraq, Afghanistan, even Vietnam. But like World War II, man, if you got drafted in like 1942, you were fucking there till the war was over, dude. Like, and you might, some people weren't even released till fucking a year after the war was over. And they never knew. It just like, okay, hey, you're done. Bye, see ya. Here's pack your shit, get on the boat. Bye, see ya. You know what I mean? And then like, we have an 18-hour flight home. We're like, fuck, this fuck flies forever. Not a passage on a ship. Fuck that. No, man. I couldn't imagine going from like Germany back to France, hanging out there for a couple days, going to England for a couple days, finally getting on a fucking boat to ship home. And it takes, I don't even know how long this passes by ship. I think like 3 days is fast on an ocean liner. A lot of those big cargo ships weren't fast. Yeah, you got points and some got to go home faster than others. Absolutely. But not all of them. And even then, like I said, you still that was after the war. They didn't know how that was going to work till the war ended, till, VE Day. They didn't know, like when they were sitting in fucking, especially those Marines that were sitting on like Iwo Jima and shit, they didn't know when they were going home. You did get a reprieve, though. They weren't on the front lines the whole time. Like, Corey was talking about his granddad was at Versailles and got gassed and shit with World War I. Yeah, that shit. Those guys, look, they didn't even get rotated off the fucking lines. They were there forever. The long passage helped. Those guys had time to de-stress with the guys they went through that with. Now our guys are dodging IDs one day and home in the States the next. Yeah, see, I don't know. Because, I mean, like, I think of, like, when I got pulled off the line, when we got ripped out, we had, like, 2 weeks there of, like, packing shit, sending them all in, right? And then coming home. So, I mean, you still have some decompression time. Month, maybe. By the time when you first started ripping to the time you got home, about a month. Yeah, World War I was fucking intense, dude. Actually, if you want to know what fucking World War I was like, look at Ukraine now. Those dudes living in trenches, getting fucking bombarded for hours, and just meat waves of fucking Russians coming at them. And the only reason some of those they're losing positions is because they run out of fucking bullets, dude. Could you imagine shooting every fucking bullet you have and killing thousands of guys and still losing your position because they just keep fucking throwing dudes at you? Losing 1,000 fucking troops a day. Russia's losing 1,000 fucking troops a day just to fucking run at a trench with a shovel. No, fuck that, dude. That's fucking stupid. Cobra says his great-grandfather was World War I. Yeah. Mine were not. Mine were not. My great-grandfather worked in a mine. And my other great-grandfathers, I don't know. I know both great-grandfathers on my mom's side. Actually, no, one of them was in the First World War. The other one was not. I don't think he spoke enough English. My grandpa's dad, I don't think probably spoke enough English at the time to get drafted. He spoke Norwegian. And then but my grandma's dad did go to World War I. He was in the army. On my dad's side, I don't know. Yeah. World War I was crazy, man. That's just insane. That whole level of insanity to me makes it hard sometimes. Makes it hard to do what we do for a living sometimes, I think. So, anyway, we talked last week about tickets. About tickets to a show. Where'd that go? Right here. To this. The Boys from Oklahoma show. Stillwater, Oklahoma. It went from one night only to 4, and I think they've sold out all 4 days. Cross Canadian Ragweed, Turnpike Troubadours will be there all 4 nights, along with Stoney LaRue and Jason Bullen and the Stragglers will be playing all 4 nights. There's a couple of the other bands. I think Randy Rogers and somebody else. They're not going to be able to make the Sunday. They're doing like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. 4 nights. And they sold out all 4 of them. Check that. Last time I looked, there was still a few tickets left for Thursday night. So that's fucking insane to me. I'm so happy that Cross Canadian Ragweed decided to come back. Even if they only do the 4 shows. I don't think I'll be able to go. But fuck, I wish I could have. I don't know. We'll see. If they do a tour, I'll go. If they get anywhere near me, if they get within, basically closer than Tulsa and then Stillwater, Oklahoma, I'd go. But we'll see. So yeah, I saw Stoney in my buddy's living room one time. Yeah. Was it mine? When he came up to my fucking house when I was in Lead. He used to play in Deadwood all the time. He came up one night. That was cool. But that's what Bubba was around. Bubba was good at that shit. We don't know how good we got it. That is absolutely right. That is absolutely right, Corey. That is 100% the truth. We don't know how good we got it. Whether we're talking about Stoney LaRue and Cross Canadian Ragweed, or we're talking about in the fucking Army now, how mobility warfare has fucking changed. There's so much. Yeah. Armor and fucking, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Mechanized warfare and mobility warfare have changed the battlefield. Actually, though, I'm almost going to say I feel that sometimes it's almost worse having all the modern conveniences of warfare. There's a lot of people, like I said, I was wounded in Iraq, right? And so I went through Walter Reed and Augusta, Georgia. I was down there in the Wounded Warrior program in Augusta, Georgia. And like there's a lot of dudes who in previous wars would have died if they wouldn't have the body armor they have now. So is it better to be alive and be incapacitated, or is it better to be dead? That's a question to ask yourself. Dick said no, it was Aaron's house. His wife ran to just him. The whole band showed up when they found out it was a bunch of Marines going to be there. Nice. That's fucking awesome. Anyway, I'm going to start wrapping shit up. It is 7:30 and I'm hungry. And we don't have a guest because I'm an idiot. I thought we had a guest. So I spent my eating time preparing for a guest who's not going to be here because I'm an idiot. But I really want to thank everyone for being here. And yeah, okay. Maybe I'm not because Dick's an asshole. Okay. I think we're seeing a huge shift in warfare in Ukraine right now. I think we'll see less tanks in the future due to what's going on, like with drones and whatnot. I don't know. Because the only way to move effectively right now on that battlefield is with armored protection. There's too many mines, there's too many drones, there's too many grenades coming dropped out of little drones. There's too much going on in the sky to move without armored protection. Now, that being said, this has been a thing. We were talking about this, me and another fucking nerd about tank nerd. We were talking about this at work, actually. Since the invention of the tank, the very first thing to be invented after the tank was the anti-tank rifle. That is the entire reason we have a 50 caliber machine gun. The Browning 50 caliber. We already had a 30 caliber machine gun in the 1917, right? That was upscaled, essentially. Anyone who's ever fired the old Modus, not the new one with the safety and all that shit, but the one you had a fucking headspace and time and all that shit, and been around at 1917 or 1919, those are essentially the same weapon, just upscaled to 50 caliber instead of 30, right? And the whole purpose of the 50 caliber machine gun was to punch through the armor of early tanks. You know, the Mark I, Mark IV tanks that the English were using, or the Whippet tanks, whatever, those could be pierced by 50 caliber machine gun rounds. And that's why the 50 caliber machine gun was really put into production. Was we thought that the 50 caliber machine gun would destroy tanks and could be man portable and all the things, right? There was rifles caliber, there was rifles chambered in 50 BMG that were used. Some of them were bigger. There was like the biggest were like 20 millimeter rifles, single shot rifles to shoot at tanks, right? Well, then World War II came, tanks got bigger, tanks got faster, tanks got more armor. 50 caliber machine guns aren't as effective against Panzers and Panthers and Tigers. So what we come up with? Let's come up with a bazooka. Let's come up with a rocket, a man-portable rocket now that can punch a hole through a tank with a chemical warhead, with a shaped charged warhead. Well, then fast forward a little bit more, and tanks get bigger, tanks get more maneuverable. You get into the 60s and 70s. Well, now we have anti-tank guided missiles. They have the early anti-tank guided missiles. And that's why you look at tanks like the Leopard 1. They weren't that heavily armored. They withdrew the amount of protection they had in order to get mobility. We all know with armored vehicles, you either have mobility, firepower, or armor, right? And that's a triad. And you have to figure that out, right? So, if you reduce the amount of armor protection a vehicle has, you can increase the mobility. Well, if a tank is faster and smaller and harder to hit, an ATGM isn't going to hit it. And you're more sprayable on the battlefield than if you're a big, bulky tank with lots of armor, because now these warheads are so big, and now we've got Hellfire missiles and Apache helicopters, and the Russians have Heinz and all their whatever Swatter missiles and shit, right? So then we move into these tanks that are balanced. You look at an M1 Abrams tank, it's balanced. It has a good armor protection. It has a really good gun, and it's got decent mobility. Well, you take those to Ukraine, and they're having problems with them because of the blowout panels on top that we use to keep our fucking troops safe, right? So when the ammunition's hit, it blows the blowout panels, keeps the troops inside safe. It's still doing that. The crews are evacuating those vehicles fine, but they're losing the vehicles to drones. The drones can fly through the panels, blow them up, you blow up all the ammunition, burn the tank up. So, now we're going between drones and cages, electronic warfare. I think that we have exceptionally better electronic warfare than what we are giving to the Ukrainians. And unless they have the type of electronic warfare to stop these drones, they're going to have what's going on, David? Until we can give them something similar to like the Duke or Warlock systems we had in our trucks, our gun trucks. If we gave them something like that could block those frequencies, I think that they would probably have a better chance at stopping these drones. Now, That's a very simplified. I'm sure they have stuff that's way better than that shit that I used in 2008 when I was there, right? This 2024, it's been 16 years. I'm sure they have way better shit now. But what I'm saying is we're not giving the Ukrainians that. The Russians are unable to develop it. So that's why we're seeing such fantastic drone kills in Ukraine, is because the electronic warfare simply isn't there. Now, as countries develop more of a use and specialized drones. So you remember a lot of those drones that they're using, they're just off the shelf fucking drones, right? And they're strapping RPG round to them and fucking throwing them into a tank or a armed personnel carrier or a truck, or the fucking same drones that we use to drop water balloons on each other. They're dropping hand grenades into trenches or shooting thermite down into trenches. That's fucking scary as shit. But if they have even the most rudimentary electronic warfare equipment, they could stop those drones. Fair enough. Corey says lasers are going to change the game. I think so. I think that'll help. I think a portable laser system would be able to stop those kind of drones. I think in the next 25 years we are going to see a revolution in technology that is going to, between AI and lasers finally becoming small enough to be useful, these drones, I mean, we talk now, think of those light displays that they're doing right now. They're programming those drones to do exceptional light displays where they're all over the fucking Vegas sky doing all kinds of shit. If you can program them to make a 400-foot by 1,200-foot American flag made of nothing but drones and lights, then you can't put fucking bombs on them? You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of stuff that we haven't even got to yet. The magnet guns. Yeah, the rail guns that the Navy's using, that they accelerate with magnets. Yeah. Yeah, we're already using them to protect against artillery and others. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I think there's going to be so much of a change in the next 15 to 25 or 50 years. We'll say 50, because it's the military. Let's be honest. Technology is going to adapt and change faster than the military is going to be able to change it. And you are going to see they're testing lasers on F-22 and F-35 like as weapons or trying to bring them down. That's me. This is me. This is a radar. I'm surprised that stealth aircraft are still a thing as weapons. Okay, I believe it. But I'm surprised that stealth aircraft are still a thing, that they haven't developed. And I know that there are systems in development, and whether they've been fielded or not is a different question, that basically make stealth aircraft look just as visible on radar as non-stealth aircraft. But like, you can't get targeting solutions with them or some shit as of yet, which I'm sure is not going to be. If you can see them, you can fucking shoot them. That's just the way things are. If you can see it, you can shoot it, right? Yeah, what we know about is the tip of the iceberg what the military is playing with. Abso-fucking-lutely. I shouldn't have ate all those tacos in Mexico. Sorry, Florida. Right. We've all done something like that. I'm just saying, like, I think there's going to be such a massive... Do I think... Here's the deal. As long as there is warfare, you are going to have troops on the ground to hold territory. Period. You put all the fucking drones there you want. You put all the AI there you want. You put all the things you want there. You have to have human soldiers on the ground to hold territory. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into which country has more money and can afford more drones. Period. That's just it. Which countries can band together to build more drones to fight these armies? That's not going to happen. We can cook a meal for $1 million. I bet, dude. I think some of those weapons are those laser weapons are crazy, dude. Well, didn't they have the big ass one they mounted on the front of a fucking 747 and could shoot ICBMs down and shit? I mean, and that was fucking like 30 years ago kind of fucking shit. That's what's going on in Gaza, yeah. Well, that's what we learned that lesson in fucking the first Gulf War. We can bomb them back to the Stone Age. But unless you have troops on the ground to hold that, you're not going to win. What if AI creates more AI and then that AI destroys the old AI? Dude, I don't know how to feel about AI. I'll be dead before it takes over, hopefully. Fuck, I might be dead by the end of the show, though. My fucking heart feels. I'm just kidding. I don't think I'm a heart attack. Yeah, we do. Dave is right. We have to kick indoors. You got to have humans. You got to have people on the ground holding those positions. I feel like this is we're in a lull, and we have a bunch of new technology that's coming out at exponential rates that we are going to have to address that. Because technology is advancing further than tactics, techniques, and procedures, and training. Yeah, Koba's right. We have to have infantry. Now, do I think infantry can be smarter and faster and better equipped and more armored, more armed? Absolutely. I think AI and these drones and all these things are going to be tools to enhance our infantry. It's like the movie Idiocracy was happening. Yes. AI is the way China is going to take over the world. It's their chips and everything. Before I got my first article, said robots will replace us. Bullshit. Yeah, I don't think robots are going to replace us. I think they're going to augment us. I think for if you have in say your fire team, and you've got each squad has 2 robots that carry the machine guns or mortars or whatever. Did women have to register for the draft? I haven't heard of any changes to that. Tell you what, how about we Google it? We'll get on the old Google Meister. Do women have to sign up for the draft? Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. According to sss.gov, Selective Service System. Selective Service Laws as written now refers to male persons in starting who must be registered and who would be drafted. For women to be required for register for elective service, Congress would have to amend the law. And that has not happened yet. Following a unanimous recommendation by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Leon Panetta, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta announced on January 4th, 2013, ended the direct exclusion for female service members, but that's the last change. So, nope, as of right now, if you are a female, you don't have to. So, I don't know. Curious. I don't know if that's going to change or not. I think there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be so many changes coming down the pipe. Whether it be women or more than absolutely, women are way more than capable of serving. Honestly, I can build a community starting with a sharp rock if I had to. What kind of community are you building? Kind of excited for it, actually. Anyway, God, I need to fucking wrap this up. I'm tired. I gotta eat. I'm getting shaky. So, it's been a great show. And fucking Dick, I should have been down here fucking 45 minutes ago. But Dick, talking about tanks. Let's get Jake all autistic about fucking tanks. So anyway, you have been listening to me, Radar, tonight right here on WTF Nation Radio. This is called The Smoke Pit. Here every Wednesday. Well, not every Wednesday. Let's take this really back. I'll be here next Wednesday and the Wednesday after, and then I'll be out for my knee surgery, knee replacement. I'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks probably. My signal keeps locking up. Well, good thing I'm fucking wrapping up. Yeah, 4th meal. Yeah, actually it's on my 2nd of the day, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go eat. Tomorrow night is Sergeant's time with Ice and Spanky. I don't know if Spanky is. I think she's on a little bit of a breaky break. We will, but Ice will be here tomorrow for Sergeant's time, and then Friday is a Don's a day. Saturday is a Don's a day. Sunday is the Smoke Pit. Fucking Jesus Christ. Sunday's a sports bar with the actual King, Smith, and Coach. So we're talking about some sporting goods stuff. NHL started the other night. NHL started on, last night was first night in NHL. NBA is in preseason. WNBA is in the playoffs. Baseball is in the playoffs. That'll be fun. And then Monday is the Monday edition with Ice and, is it Mad Mike? No, Mad Mike's on whatever. And then they're doing some current event stuff, probably some fucking elections coming up quick. Hey, register to vote. I don't care who you vote for, but vote. Make your voice heard. It's one of the few things in life that we can, one of the few rights in our life everyone can exercise no matter what you believe in. You believe in the right to vote. Vote. Vote for whoever you fucking want to vote for, but vote. Make your voice heard. You have earned it. By all means, you have earned it. Tuesday night is Pop Culture Warrior with CQ. Talking about some fucking pop culture stuff. How cool Agatha is. I don't know. I haven't even watched the show. I'm a fucking bullshitter. But anyway, talking about that. And then come back to me next Wednesday on the Smoke Pit. Hey, next week is going to be another hobby night. So if you have any hobby that you do, send it to me. WTFNR Radar. Or the Smoke Pit. Send it to me. Signal is broken and unreadable. Well, fuck, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know why. My shit says I'm good. So. It says excellent. So next week's hobby night. Send me your shit. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce, dude. I appreciate everyone being here. Sorry if I'm Chiefs and Royals. Let's go Chiefs and Royals, says Captain Wayne. So when he bangs the smokes, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. So I'm gonna leave you on some more Cross Canadian Ragweed, getting ready for this show, right, y'all? The boys from Oklahoma, we're gonna leave on that. I really do appreciate everyone being here, and I will see you guys next week. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Got your bag on your shoulder. Never thought once about thinking it over. Feel like you're the only one who's ever been in a bad situation. Now you need to take yourself a love vacation. 'Cause after all, what's done is done. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Everything around you's growing old. The days drag on, nights last forever. Every day's tougher just to keep it together. Forget everything you've ever known, except for home. Promise you couldn't keep. Bet it's not losing a bit of sleep over how you're getting down the line. Now don't you fret, now don't you worry. Don't get in too much of a hurry, 'cause up ahead's that city limit sign. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Everything around you's growing old. Yeah, the days drag on, the nights last forever. Every day's tougher just to keep it together. Forget everything you ever known, except for home. Home is where the heart is. That's what somebody once said. I think your heart is where your love is. All the rest, baby, the rest it's all in your head. Well, memories are overrated. All they do is get you damn frustrated. And who needs that on their back? Starting over, cold turkey, washing your soul of everything that's dirty. Seal your heart of every crack. You're no longer sick and tired. Everything around you feels brand new. Yeah, the days fly by, the nights can be longer. Every day you're just a little bit stronger. Now that you spread your wings and flown back to home. Back to home. Back to home.